The rush to put the finishing touches on Raimondi Park are underway as the Oakland Ballers are just one day away from their home opener. The first ever Ballers game in Oakland takes place Tuesday, June 4th. It's going to be a big day on the calendar for many. It is a sold-out game for the fans in Oakland, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter that it's sold out. What matters is what's coming next. Look, don't get me wrong, a sellout is great. Everybody loves a sellout. Everybody loves opening day. Everybody loves the pomp and circumstance and ceremony that go along with it. But what happens June 5th? What happens June 6th? What happens June 7th, June 8th, shout out Oakland 68 Day, June 8th, and beyond? That's really what keeps the Ballers co-founders up at night. Opening day is going to be a big success. Everyone's going to show up, but will everybody show up the next day and the day after that? And do we really use that as the measure of success for the Oakland Ballers? Attendance. Their first homestand goes right up against an A's homestand, which makes matters more complicated. Are we going to compare numbers at both games, Major League Baseball versus Pioneer League? I don't think so. I don't think attendance is how you measure success for the Oakland Ballers. Is it Pioneer League success? Is it a championship in their first year? Is it a championship soon? I don't think so. I don't think that's the measure of success for this team either. Sure, it's a pro baseball team. They've already had a player get signed by the Red Sox. They've already had one of their pitchers, Kelsey Whitmore, become the first female ever to pitch in the Pioneer League, a league founded in 1939. Sure, those on-field things are great. Sure, those team angles are great. But are those the true measures of success for the Oakland Ballers? And again, I don't think so. You see, when I first came into contact with the Oakland Ballers, it was Paul Friedman who I sat down with. And this is a funny story. Right after the reverse boycott, June 13th last year, I got a DM from somebody I didn't recognize, kind of ignored it. I got a phone call from an unknown number, didn't answer it. And then shortly thereafter, somebody actually walked into my office with a phone in hand, one of my coworkers, and said, "Hey, one of these people I know wants to talk to you." I answered the phone, I spoke and listened, and it was funny because they said, "Hey, we want to meet with you, but we can't tell you what it's about or anything about who's going to be at the meeting, really." So, deciding to give them a chance and knowing I had security at the station, I invited them to come a couple days later. We had a chat that day. That's when I first met Paul Friedman, one of the founders of the Oakland Ballers. And we just talked about Oakland baseball, talked about everything happening with the A's, talked about everything that happened with the reverse boycott, and he expressed his passion to me about keeping baseball in Oakland any way possible. And that's when he told me about the idea for the Ballers. Now let me tell you this right now. This isn't a team built on greed. This isn't a team built on money. This isn't a team built for financial success. In fact, they had to build two teams just to get the Oakland Ballers because they needed another Pioneer League team. So they're also responsible for the YOLO High Wheelers. These guys did all this, putting $1.6 million into Raimondi Park, creating two franchises just so they could get one in Oakland for the love of baseball. This is not an endeavor based on attendance or success or greed or money. Sure, money is important to keep the thing afloat, but the real measure of success for the Oakland Ballers is going to be what they can put back into the community. When the A's leave for Sacramento next year, when the Little League stop getting all the attention that Major League Baseball brings to the East Bay, will the Oakland Ballers be the ones that step in, outfit these Little Leagues, give them a field to play on, help them out with equipment, give them parks and facilities to practice, get their metrics, get themselves signed, give people one last chance at professional baseball in the Pioneer League, helping the community that is being left behind, giving sports fans in Oakland a chance to watch professional baseball after 2024 when the A's uproot for Sacramento. That's the measure of success. And how do you make sure that that success keeps rolling? You got to show up to the games. Now this is going to become something we keep an eye on as this team goes forward. Not for attendance, money reasons, but because of support. We need to see if they get enough support to stay afloat after game one. That's going to be the key. So everybody going opening day, props to you. I'll be out there reporting live. I will see you out there. but will you be there for game 2, game 3, game 4, and so on, as the Oakland Ballers continue to rapidly improve Raimondi Park, making it a place for people to play on days where they don't have a game. A big scoreboard for people to watch movies and have movie nights in West Oakland. The whole area completely cleaned up. The roads all around the park. Super smooth. I just drove by there recently. So what is the measure of success for the Oakland Ballers? I guess it's proving that if you support Oakland, they will support you back. It's proving that baseball can live and survive and thrive here. I guess it's proving that baseball in Oakland still has a bright future and that some young, up-and-coming players are going to come out of the Bay just like the guys did in the past. Guys like Dave Stewart, guys like Jimmy Rollins, Dontrell Willis, guys that came out of Alameda, guys that came out of the East Bay. Ricky Henderson. Can they create those guys? If those guys playing in those baller-sponsored little leagues come up and become the next generation of ball players in Oakland, that's the measure of success right there. So yeah, Ballers Opening Day 2024 is here. I'm just excited to see what the future holds after the first game in Oakland.